you've held discussions with Mr. Mullen about joining in the race for governor. Should we take that as a sign that perhaps you're having second thoughts about your earlier endorsement of Mr. Levy?
Not at all. Steve Levy is a great candidate. He's gotten really very substantial support from, frankly, 7 of the 10 vice chairs of the party right from the start, because of his great record in Suffolk County, which is larger than 11 states, of closing fiscal deficits there without raising taxes, by cutting spending, by privatizing parts of the government, such as the HMO down there. He is really a very strong fiscal conservative. And because he is a strong fiscal conservative, he just didn't have a chance in the Democratic Party, because they're the party of tax and spend. We're the party of fiscal conservatives. And he was cross-endorsed by Republicans and conservatives 2 years ago and won with 96% of the vote. He has presented a plan, and this is his contract for New York. This is what I'm going to do when I'm elected governor. This is what I'm going to do to take on the public employee unions the way I did in Suffolk County. Not like this present governor, Patterson, who gave up, saying we're going to have layoffs. How do you negotiate with the union when you give up layoffs? He said, look, here are the layoffs that I'm going to do if you do not agree to my terms. Well, guess what? The public employee unions came to their senses and agreed to the terms that he presented to them, which had to be done for the sake of the taxpayers, the forgotten taxpayers of Suffolk County. He represented them well. He's going to represent the forgotten taxpayers of New York State well when he is governor. Now, with respect to Mr. Mermel and Mr. Mullins, over the weekend down at the Republican Governors Association, Mr. Mermel, who I've known for a long time, he was the head of the Huckabee campaign in New York State. He came over and worked with grassroots and the McCain campaign after that, and he has been campaigning all around the state and got a lot of support, frankly, for the position of lieutenant governor. And he told me over the weekend that he would like to see if he can translate that support into support to be governor. He approached me. He told me that's what he wanted to do. We're having an open convention. If he wants to give it a try, that's fine with me to see if that can be done. But that's going to be up to the delegates in the convention whether he can translate support for lieutenant governor into governor. With respect to Dennis, it was more than a month ago that he approached me through, it was Maggie Brooks, when I was in Rochester, asked that I meet with him, and he met with me in Albany, and he said that he was interested, and frankly, I don't recall exactly what it was. It could have been the governorship, but it was a fairly short meeting in which he expressed his intention to run for a statewide office. So he'd like to do that. He really, subsequently, he didn't really do anything. It was just no, this was not recruiting at all. People were giving me information about what their intentions were, what they would like to do.
Just a couple of real quick questions, because I think your answers are going to be quick. Come your convention, would you be supportive of a rules change that would make it a bit easier for Mr. Levy to make it onto a primary ballot, since you're going to have both?
That's not even an issue that has come up.
If it does come up, would you be supportive?
It's not coming up. It's not, we are following the law as established, which provides, with respect to someone who is legally of another party, they need to get a Wilson-Pakula authorization. And anyone on the floor can make a motion for that, and a majority of the quorum that is present would then vote on that. If you get that, let me say, the quorum would vote on it. The members present, the delegates present would vote on it. If that individual gets a majority, then you can go ahead and primary presume, if you have more than 25% of the delegates having already voted for you, 25% or more, for whatever position you're seeking. And that's what the law provides.
Would you expect to see that on his behalf, though?
I'm sure that motion will come up. regardless of what his vote is, if he gets 60% of the vote, there will still be, with respect to designating candidates, Mr. Levy would still need this Wilson-Pakula authorization as provided by the election law of New York State. He would have to get a majority of the members present of the delegates present at the convention in order to run in a primary.
And the other question I continue to hear is that should, after this convention and after a long primary season, Mr. Lazio end up as your candidate, would you feel it necessary to step aside as chairman after encouraging Mr. Levy to challenge Mr. Lazio and questioning whether Mr. Lazio was running an effective campaign?
Well, look, Mr. Lazio is a good candidate, and he make a great governor. I just feel that Mr. Levy is better, and therefore I endorsed him when he came over and joined our party, and he has been running a very effective campaign. If the grassroots, as I said, decide in a primary that Rick Lazio should be the candidate, I'm going to be fully behind him, of course, and I think he would make a great governor.